Courier and the Cedar Falls Times that this young man reminds him a lot of Terrence Freeney, who's at Northern Iowa. Carries himself the same way. The running style is basically the same. He waits from everything I've heard, he waits for something to open, then he accelerates.
And Cedar Falls has had guys like that throughout the years. I mean, obviously Freeney was one of them. Jason Hamrock from years gone by was exactly like that. But then again, we've seen running backs, and we've also seen Phil Kenny, who can do the same thing. He can hesitate behind a blocker and then shoot through an opening.
Oh, absolutely. You know, and we've talked in weeks past that this conference is loaded with good running backs. I think they had either 6 or 7 kids rushed for over 1,000 yards.
Wow. And, of course, Brookins is one of them. Kenny is another one as the City High Little Hawks, wearing their red and white uniforms, come out to the rousing applause of their fans. Cedar Falls fans well represented on the far side of the field. Coach Pat Mitchell,
and with City High, they're always going to have great skilled kids. They're going to be very well coached, and they take advantage of the breaks that are given to them, and that's what good teams do.
Well, City High is going to kick off to begin the ball game. Cedar Falls will get an opportunity to show the talents of one Mr. Ben Curran, whose twin brother, is also playing, and I guess he's back in the lineup after sitting out against Waller. That's Nate Curran, a pair of twins, and I guess they hook up quite a bit.
Yeah, there's some bloodlines there. Their uncle is the offensive coordinator at Northern Iowa, Bill Salmon.
Kellen Neff along with Brad Cross, we're ready to go. Cedar Falls will be receiving this kickoff by Andrew Shutt. You know, last week, Wednesday, it came down to the kicking game, and if it comes down to that again, we know City High's got a pretty good kick.
Well, we've seen all 3 teams here in town, and I would venture to say there's not another city in this state that has 3 kickers like they have here.
And Andrew Shutt is one of them. He marches it off. He is ready to go as a couple of men, actually 3, back beyond the 15-yard line. It's going to be a short kick. It is going to be caught at the 14, returned by Shane. Shane has some running room. He's to the 30, and he's tripped up across the 30 at about the 33-yard line. Dorian Davis makes the tackle, and that's where Cedar Falls starts, 1st and 10.
You know, and that's one of the keys with City High. That young man can flat play defense.
Yes, he can. Dorian Davis, I mean, he's got some speed on offense, too, and he will get the ball quite a bit. But Cedar Falls has got to watch out for Dorian Davis, as we've seen over the course of the entire season. Here we go. Cedar Falls going from our right to our left. The quarterback is Ben Curran. Curran is a junior. There's a lot of juniors on this team as the handoff goes in that backfield and getting some running room. And running is Taylor Brookins, and he really just keeps those feet a churn, and he gets to the 43.
Yeah, kind of interesting. Cedar Falls came out in a trip set to the far side of the field and ran a quick toss to the press box side.
Just short of a first down. It is 2nd down and 1. We see Taylor Brookins on the first carry as the Little Hawk defensive front of Keppel, Batembe, Berg, and Griffin are going to try and see if they can stop that man. Or the cornerbacks, Smith and Kenny, you might have a night of running him down. I set in the backfield for Curran, the quarterback. There's the snap. There's the handoff to Brookins. Far side this time. He has the first down. They catch him from behind, but he still stays on his feet. Gets across the 50-yard line to the City High 46.
Well, City High that time stunted their right side linebacker, and they just guessed wrong. They went right. Cedar Falls went left, and that's why that hole opened up.
Well, Taylor Brookins has done it so far. He has picked up a total of 21 yards in 2 carries. And Ben Curran looks over to the far sideline. Now, is Cedar Falls going to throw a lot, do you think, or do they just throw kind of when they have to?
I don't know. I think it's basically pretty much the same with every team in the state. If you can throw it, throw it. If you run, don't throw.
Skyler Ort is a receiver wide to the top of the formation. Everybody else is in tight. I set with Rose and Brookins. There's the handoff, and this one going right smack dab up the middle, getting across the 45-yard line, but just barely. In fact, we'll place it at the 45-yard line. That will be a gain of only 1 on the play. First play that hasn't broken for a number of yards as Nico Batembe makes the tackle for City High. Crisp, clean evening here. It's not. I don't see the flag moving at all. In fact, I don't see the flag hardly at all. There it is, way up there, but it's no wind to speak of. I set in the backfield, but it's a wide eye. There's the snap. There goes the fake handoff. There's Curran and some penetration, and he's going to be brought down. Just grabbing him around the shoulder is Dorian Davis. I guess they know now he can play, huh?
Well, I think City High obviously seen something there. They set up in a very, very deep eye, and they faked the handoff, and they did the old Iowa thing. Came back with that bootleg and Dorian Davis came up the middle, and there was nobody home.
And he's back at the 41-yard line. That's a gain, a negative yardage of 14 yards for the Cedar Falls quarterback. So now that puts him at third and a ton. Third down, 22. Ball back at the 41-yard line. As Ben Curran, the quarterback, hands off it again as Brookins, and Brookins has got some running room. He's into the secondary. He gets across the 40-yard line. He is close to SE. Nope, he's not going to get a first down. It's Drew Rose, I'm sorry. Not to Taylor Brookins. Drew Rose, and I guess he just squirted through there as at the fullback and picked up a chunky yardage.
Well, that's one of those situations. You get into that long situation, you obviously think, well, they're going to pass. Well,
right.
They just ran that quick hitter. They weren't ready for it.
Drew Rose, a senior fullback at 210. Taylor Brookins, a junior tailback at 185. And so Brookins gets him some yardage, but Rose gets him all of that yardage to get a 1st and 10. That's a gain of 15 yards on it's a gain of 25 yards on the play. And it is 1st and 10 for Cedar Falls. I set in the backfield, man in the slot to the right side. He is in motion to the near side. There's Curran. Curran gets it off to Brookins. Brookins right up the middle. Brookins hit from the side once, twice, finally brought down, but he is a man. He's inside the 30 to the 25-yard line.
Now, here's what I'm seeing early on from City High. They're doing a nice job of getting to the running back or quarterback. They're just not tackling right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, they had him right at the line of scrimmage. Someone came in from the right side, grabbed him around the waist, but he's elusive enough to be able to get out of that. Finally, they did bring him down. It's another 1st and 10 for Cedar Falls at the 25-yard line. Man in motion to the top of the formation as Curran, the quarterback, hands off on the leg to Brookins. He waits for it to open up, and then quickly coming in to close it up again is Dorian Davis inside the 25 for a gain of 2 to the 23-yard line.
Yeah, that time there was no doubt about that tackle. You talk about arm tackling in 4A, and especially in the playoff. You're not going to arm tackle. You got to use those pads that were issued to you.
Yeah. And we've seen that a number of times. In fact, the last City High team that they faced that we saw was Waterloo East, and they couldn't tackle all night long. Cedar Falls and City High are bound to be better tacklers than that. There's the draw play again, and it's Drew Rose. Rose this time won't get quite the yardage he got last time, but he'll get a good chunk of real estate as he gets inside the 20 to the 18. He picks up 5 more on the fullback trap. It's not enough for a first down, but it does bring up 3rd down and about 1.5 yards or 2 yards to go.
Now, this is one of those situations. City High has got to be very careful here. With this, you're 4 down, it's 3rd and 2. They can do anything right now.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they're within 4 down territory. 3rd down and 2. You might see Curran go to the area. Haven't seen him go to his twin brother, Nate. Man in motion is Sam Peterson to the top of the formation. There's the handoff. Brookins is caught in the backfield and brought down. He is going to be stopped at the 20-yard line. That might have been Davis in on that tackle. Josh Keppel, I know, is in on it, and it's going to be 4th down now for Cedar Falls, and maybe they'll try a field goal.
Looks to be that they're going to go with the field goal. City High has done a nice job with that I formation. They obviously have seen something when that I back sets up deeper than what he normally does. They've got a good feel for what's going on.
Well, this will be a 37-yard field goal by Kyle Rohde. Kyle Rohde is the kicker for Cedar Falls as they bring the tee out, and I didn't see a flag, but the officials are all set. And Rohde is going to try a 37-yard field goal. No wind at all, either to his advantage or disadvantage. As Rohde, he'll get the snap. Here's the place. Here's the kick. That kick is going to be good. 3-0 Cedar Falls. We'll be back on 1630 KCJJ.
Buckmeyer Interiors offers a complete line of residential and commercial interior decorating products and services.
Roland the Rohde.
Interiors and Carpet One is service-oriented and provides free bids and consulting.
Rohde.
Stop by and see their beautiful and Cedar Rapids.
Kyle Rohde capping off a 67-yard drive with a 37-yard field goal, and Cedar Falls leads it 3-0 in the early going. They ran 5 minutes off the clock during that drive. There's 7:10 left to play in this first period. Here's the kickoff by Spencer Ford. It's a good kickoff. It's going to be taken by Kenny. Kenny at the 7-yard line returns right at the middle of the field. Flag is thrown as he gets to the 30 and gets across the 30 to the 32-yard line. A little burst of speed for Phil Kenny that time.
Yes, he's very dangerous. He gets in the open. There's nobody going to catch him. And, with this flag, it's never good news.
Yep, it's going to be, let's see, I couldn't see. Is that holding against City High? Something against City High.
Legal use of the hands.
Okay, that'll be penalty marched against the Little Hawks, and that run actually was a very good one. Took it at the 7, goes to the 32, but of course City High will be forced to go backwards now. This broadcast brought to you in part by Vic's Auto Body of Cedar Falls. Derek Newton, your All-State Insurance agent, to name you the player of the game. Brad will do that at the end of the broadcast here this evening. Of course, Regina playing West Branch tonight. I'm not sure we'll get any updates. I've asked people in the press box that if they get scores to bring them to us. And, of course, you can call the station, too, if you happen to get a score. I set in the backfield. You have Dorian Davis and you have Phil Kenny. Man in motion. There's the snap. There's the handoff to Kenny. Whoop, nothing will go there. He did that little hesitation we were talking about and gets only to the 18-yard line.
Now, we haven't seen City High for, what, going on 4 weeks now?
No, we saw East. You weren't there.
Okay, I wasn't on that one, but they kind of went away. Well, they're going to go back to it here, that no-huddle offense.
Okay, yep. They, of course, they use the shotgun a lot, and they do not huddle most of the time. There are occasions when they both come under center and do have the huddle, but they've made a bunch of changes here in the last few weeks. But right now, Iman in the no-huddle, now he's going to keep it himself. Quarterback drawn, he gets some running room, and he spins across the 20-yard line and is dropped by the Cedar Falls defense at the 23.
Now, as I was reading the paper this morning, that's one of the things that they talked about that's been very successful for City High in the past couple weeks was that quarterback draw.
Well, it picked up 5 yards there after they got 2 yards on first down. It's third down and about, let's see, it's third down in the long third, about closer to 4. Third down and 4, City High with a pretty big situation right here on its first possession. D.P. Iman, the senior quarterback, whose team is down 3-0 here in the early going of quarter number 1, sends Dorian Davis in motion. Option to the near side. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to cut inside the block. He's going to get the first down. He gets across the 30, and he goes to the 32-yard line, 33-yard line. Nice move by Iman to cut inside the block and find the opening on the right side.
Yeah, nice job. You know, when you're running that and you got that lead blocker, all you have to do is read his rear end. Whichever way his rear end goes, you go that way.
And that's what Iman did, and he picked up enough for the 1st and 10. First down for the Little Hawks, going from our left to our right. 5:51 left to play first period. Kelly Nephilim with Brad Cross. Stats by Rollo here this evening, as well as the second round of the Class 4A football playoffs are on the air under the Monday night lights. Next time we see, it'll be Friday night lights again. Here's the handoff, goes left side, and is taken by Kenny. Kenny dives, puts his head down, and gets to about the 38 for a gain of 5. A 5-yard gain as the Tigers do finally make the tackle. Mark Miller making the nose tackle, or making the tackle from his nose tackle position. Ball at the 38. It is second down and about 5 yards to go. Actually closer to 6. Second down and 6. Not as many people here tonight as I thought there would be, to tell you the truth. City High and Cedar Falls conference stalwarts over the years. Here's the handoff, and it goes to Kenny. Kenny does one of those side steps again. Finally, he's brought down by Alex Miller. Alex Miller brings him down at the 42, another gain of 4.
You can see from the first possession of City High, they obviously have seen something that they think that they can attack the center of that Cedar Falls defense, and they're doing it at 4 or 5 yards a crack.
You know, those front guys, Ryan Laudick is 210, Alex Miller is 220, Zach Smith's 210, Anthony Armilo is 285 along that front line for Cedar Falls. But now it's another big third down 2. D.P. Iman, the quarterback, in shotgun formation. Twins to the near side of the formation. One receiver to the top, double slot. Iman looking for a receiver. It's got one. Near side, it is caught and then driven out of bounds on the near side is Ryan Bohm. And Bohm gets yardage to the Cedar Falls 48-yard line.
Yeah, just a back out of the backfield, came underneath the defensive end, and that's the linebacker's job to pick that up.
A very quickly paced game. We're at 4:22 of the first period already. Ball is at the Cedar Falls 48. That's a third down conversion, the second one in a row they've converted. Have the Little Hawks wearing their red home jerseys. Actually, they're would in years past would have been their road jerseys, being the dark ones, but you have to wear dark at home. Iman gets it on the quarterback draw. He has an opening. He finds room. He gets to the 40, and if he had gotten past that Nate Curran, he might have had a few more yards. Nate Curran tackles him at the 39.
Well, one of the things that City High is being very successful with right now is they're sustaining their blocks, but they're allowing the Cedar Falls defensive front to pick a side. And when they pick a side, that's what Iman does. He goes the other way.
Well, look at those linemen. Look at the holes that Iman on both of his last 2 catches has had. They have been huge holes. One on the left, one on the right. This one on the left, and now it's second down and 1. And boy, this is second down and 1 is such a great play because you can do just about anything you want. Here comes Iman on a shotgun formation. He gets it. He goes back to pass. He is looking. He's going to go deep. He is going for a receiver, and he's got him at the 20. 30 at the 15, 10, 5. Bohm is down just before the goal line at the 1 yard line.
They did it. They did a nice job there. They ran a receiver straight down the pipe. They had the outside receiver run an out route, and then the running back came right down the middle.
Talk about doing anything you want. They did right there. 38 yards on the pass to Ryan Bohm, and now the Little Hawks have 4 cracks at getting the ball in from inside the 1 yard line. Cedar Falls leads it 3-0 in the early going. Ryan Bohm getting him this far, and now he will. I'm not sure if he's. No, I think they've taken him out of the game and brought in Brett Jen at the slot to the near side. Here's Iman. He's going to go in for the touchdown. Iman dove to the right side, and City High has taken the lead.
They made that look awful easy.
Yes, they did. They went downfield, and it was less than 4 minutes. They covered the entire yardage. And that was an 84-yard drive. Iman, a 1 yard run, and now the PAT attempt. DP Iman, early in the year, maybe, boy, he really came on.
Yeah, he's doing a nice job.
DP Iman, a 1 yard run, and now Andrew Shutt is going to attempt the PAT. He is out of the hold of Keaton Jones, the backup quarterback. There's the snap, there's the place, there's the kick. 7-3, City High has the lead. We'll be back on 1630 KCJJ.
If you're building or remodeling your home, do it with Brick.
Okay.
One of the finest brick showrooms in the Midwest.
Andrew shut them down. Is getting ready to kick off again to the Tigers. 3 men back deep. That would be Shane, Brookins, and Webb. There's the kick. And it's going to be a short one. It's going to be returnable. It is taken at the 13-yard line by Josh Shane. Gets to the 20, sidesteps, dives forward. Actually was tripped at about the 21-yard line by the Little Hawks' John McCracken, but he stayed on his feet long enough to get to the 26.
I'll tell you, they're doing a nice job. Andrew Shutt is getting that ball high and is giving the coverage team a chance to get down there.
And we haven't seen the distance we usually see.
No.
Them. But maybe that's by choice. Maybe it does give the kicking team a little more time. I mean, they get it at the 26 as opposed to the 20, but not a whole lot of difference in those. Here's Ben Curran. He's the quarterback near hash mark. Man in the slot comes in motion to the near side. I set in the backfield as the handoff comes to Brookins. Brookins going to the far side. Brookins has running room to the 30. He's to the 35, 40, 45, 50. Finally brought out of bounds, and I do believe the City is going to have to find a way to stop that guy. He's all the way down to the Little Hawk 48-yard line.
Yeah, that was just your very basic, simple sprint draw play, and they had everybody moving to the defensive right, and they came back left, and there was nobody left.
That is first down number 4 for Pat Mitchell's ball club. The ball at the 47-yard line in Little Hawk territory. Receiver wide to the near side is Josh Webb. You have a receiver wide to the top of the formation with Ben Curran, the quarterback. There's the handoff on the fullback trap, and Drew Rose picks up some yardage again. I guess Drew Rose gives him another dimension as he gets to the 43.
Now, Cedar Falls has run that play 3 times now. They've been pretty successful, nothing less than 5 yards, largest one of 25. And they may see something up front. Those quick hitters cause all sorts of problems.
Boy, Drew Rose, during the course of the season, only had 57 carries as opposed to 207 for Brookins, but he's getting his share of them tonight. Trips to the bottom of the formation. Curran, near side pass comes to Nate Curran. Twin to twin, and Nate Curran's got it. He's got one more man to beat, and that man says, no way. That's Brent Jen, and Jen drops him inside the 25 to the 24-yard line.
Well, that play could have been bigger than what it was, but a nice saving tackle there, and Cedar Falls set that up very nice. And, when you throw the ball behind the line of scrimmage, you can block anytime you want to, and that's exactly what happened.
Brent Jen making the tackle on Nate Curran. Now, that's the combination that we told you about. Ben Curran and his twin brother Nate, who, just to confuse us, wear number 1 and 11. So we have to really watch. Of course, the big kickoff, a big takeoff is the fact that Nate is the quarterback, so he's the one that lets loose of the ball. Or Ben is. Nate is the one that catches it. Here's Brookins. Brookins near side. They get penetration. Penalty flag is thrown as Dorian Davis makes a tackle behind the line of scrimmage. But there is a flag, and the ball placed at the 25-yard line, and they'll sort this out.
If my guess is correct, I think they're going to get holding there. And what they did, they came back with the same that sprint draw, but they ran it to the other side of the field, and Dorian Davis did a nice job of reading it.
Big break for the Little Hawks as the Tigers get pushed back. This broadcast brought to you in part by King's Material, Brandt Heating and Air Conditioning, and King's Auto Repair, all combining to bring you playoff football. And we're hoping there's more games. Regina playing in the quarterfinals tonight as the holding call is marched against Cedar Falls, bringing the ball back to the 34-yard line. And, of course, the winner here will play in the Unidome in the semifinals on Friday, either at 4:30 or 7:30. And should Regina win, they would play in the Unidome on Saturday in the Class 1A, 10 o'clock or 1 o'clock. Those pairings will be set later. Rose and Brookins in the backfield. Rose gets the call. Rose behind his offensive lineman had to hesitate. That allowed the defender to come in, John McCracken, and put a crack on him at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, Iowa City did a nice job of keeping that. City, I did a nice job of bottling it up early, and Drew Rose does not have all that much speed, so it was a pretty simple play.
Only a gain of 1 brings up second down and 19. 1:25 left to play first period. City High leading at 7-3. Pretty exciting time in the Old Town tonight with the two playoff games just blocks apart from each other. I set with Rose and Brookins. Ben Curran needs to get a chunk of yardage here. It's second down. There's the snap. There's the handoff to Brookins. He's going to get a chunky yardage. He's going to squirt through everybody. He's going to get to the 25. Inside the 25 is finally gang tackled at the 22-yard line. That guy can pick up 11 yards at a drop of a hat.
Oh, that's what we've been we talked about early on in the broadcast. Of his style of running is similar to Terrence Freeney. Give me the ball, let something open, then I'll accelerate.
And Cedar Falls seems to teach them like that. They seem to have had them over the years, and they have them again. And we'll have them again for next year. This team's going to be loaded a year from now. It is now third down, still with that long run because of the penalty. It's third down and 9. So Cedar Falls still in a dangerous situation here with Ben Curran going back to pass, looking for a receiver. Throws it in the air, and it is off of the shoulder pads of the receiver, Nate Curran. That actually went up in the air off of his pads and then out of bounds.
Yes, City High caught a break on that one. He was wide open, and I think he dove for that deflection right at the goal line, didn't he?
Yes, he did. That was Josh Shane in the far corner of the end zone. That thing, it had to have hit his shoulder pads the way it bounced so straight up and so high, but that did give him a chance to kind of look around and see where the ball was and dive for it, but it goes incomplete, so they're going to try another field goal. This one is going to be a little longer than the one was before. It is going to be a 39-yard field goal attempt by Kyle Rohde. He had just kicked a 37-yarder, so he has all the confidence in the world that this 39-yarder will be good. He kicks it. It is long enough, and it is good. 7-6 City High. We'll be back on 1630 KCJJ.
Did you react like this when you got your last auto repair bill? Things Auto Repair in Coralville can take the horror out of auto repair. Proprietor Steve King.
Yes, they did. That was a touchdown.
Not Stephen King. Steve King specializes in brakes, engine work, electrical troubleshooting.
Memorial. From Open Michael, families helping families. Number 1 in high school sports. The mighty 1630
We're number 2.
KCJJ.
7-6 is our score. A couple of field goals by Kyle Rohde have given Cedar Falls their 6 points, and now the kickoff by Spencer Ford is going to be taken at the 5-yard line again. Return to the 10. Oops, nothing going there. Stopped at the 15-yard line, and a pretty good play on special teams. It's Iowa City High takes it over right there. First and 10 of the 15. That was a 70. We've had drives of 67 yards, 84 yards, and 74 yards, and teams have just been going downfield and upfield almost at will.
Yeah, something's got to give here sooner or later. Cedar Falls is just playing a base 4-3 defense. In that first drive that City High scored, I didn't see Cedar Falls stunt, I don't believe. City High has stunted a couple times, and it's wound up hurting them a little bit.
Yes, those are probably the plays that Drew Rose has gotten all his yardage on. Now, D.P. Iman, who drove them downfield on an 84-yard drive last time, is going to see if he can do it on an 85-yard drive this time. He gets the snap, and on the quarterback draw, kind of slips, but then it closes up for him, but he still has enough acceleration to get across the 20 to the 22-yard line for a gain of 7 on the play as the first period comes to an end with the score, City High 7, Cedar Falls 6. Second quarter is next on 1630 KCJJ.
Coach Lisa Bluter for Iowa State Bank and Trust Company.
Lisa Bluter's hot.
Basketball coach of the University of Iowa and
Huh?
So Lisa Bluter's hot.
Uh-huh.
4 yards on 4 carries. Seems like he should have more than that. Curran, a negative 13, thanks to the sack by Dorian Davis. So for Cedar Falls, 13 rushes, 92 yards. For City High Kenny, 3 carries, 10 yards. Iman, 5 carries, 32 yards. So they've had 8 rushes for 48 yards. Curran's 1 of 2 for 19 yards. The only pass going to Nate Curran. So offensively, Cedar Falls 15 snaps, 111 yards. Iman's 2 for 2. Both passes going to Bohm for 49 yards. So City High's had 10 snaps, 97 yards in total offense. Here's Eyman right in front of us. He'll run the option. No, he's got a screen pass to the opposite way. Dorian Davis, that one didn't fool anybody. Davis is going to be tackled at about the 23-yard line. Eyman took it, started to sprint to the near side, turned, passed a little flare pass off to the right side, and Cedar Falls was ready for it.
You know, that play had good intentions, and they had it set up, but what had happened is that back crossed that outside linebacker's face, and he just went with him.
So it's going to be only a 1-yard gain on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 3. City High leading at 7-6, just underway in the second period. Well, I can't tell you for sure who our halftime guest is going to be. It could be any one of 2 people. I've invited everybody in town to be on, but nobody will commit yet. We'll have to wait and see who shows up. D.P. Eyman is the quarterback. Gets the snap out of shotgun. Passes far side. Is caught, and Bohm has another first down. Bohm's across the 25-yard line to the 27, 1st and 10 for the Little Hawks. Boy, Bohm is making a pitch to be player of the game. I'll tell you, that slot back has picked up a couple of big key plays for the Little Hawks tonight.
Yeah, that's a nice job, and any time you can go to that, if you can get 4 or 5, you know, why not stay with it?
Of course, he is the one that got him all the way down to the 1-yard line on that 38-yard pass reception in the first period that led to the touchdown. And that is hard to believe. This is City High's second possession of the ball game. 10:55 to go until halftime. Again, it's an eye set in the backfield with with Kenny and Davis. Man in the slot to the far side, receiver wide to each side. Bohm in motion. Here's the option, and Eyman's going to cut it up. He didn't even look for the pitch man. He gets across the 30 and gets up to about the 34-yard line, 33-yard line for a gain of 5.
No, he did exactly what he's supposed to do on that. He's reading the defensive end or outside linebacker in this scheme, and if he slow plays it and he's got a seam, he cuts it up.
Linebackers for Cedar Falls, Regis Baskerville. I think that goes on our all-name team. Drew Rose and Mike Van Deventer. Those 3 are the linebackers for Pat Mitchell's ball club. And they're there seeing if they can stop Eyman and company on 2nd down and 6 yards to go. Out of the shotgun is going to be a quarterback keeper again. Nice block in the backfield. Eyman has running room. Eyman has the first down. Who got that block in the backfield? Was that Bohm again?
That
got
Bohm.
that block? Yeah. He's playing well in that capacity too. 1st and 10 for City High. Ball on the 39-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6 on the play. That's first down number 6 for Coach Dan Savers' ball club. 10:04 left to play. First period, 7-6. Little Hawks on the move again with D.P. Eyman at the quarterback spot. We haven't seen much of Phil Kenny. I mean, he did carry the ball 3 times. We haven't seen Dorian Davis on offense at all. But boy, he's been there on defense, hasn't he?
Yeah, Dorian's in the game right now at a slot.
And he'll be on the slot to the bottom of the formation as the City High goes from our right to our left. There's the handoff, and this time it does come to Kenny, trying to find some room, trying to make a hole himself by pushing some people around. He gets to the 43-yard line, and he picks up 4 yards.
Now, the front from City High is doing a nice job of staying man on man and just sustaining their block and staying with it.
And brings up 2nd down and about 6, a short 6, and a long 5. City High leading at 7-6. A couple of Cedar Falls field goals and a D.P. Eyman 1-yard run set up by that excellent catch by Ryan Bohm just prior to that, getting City High down to the 1. Eyman changes the play. Now comes up under center. You don't see this too much. Man in the slot to the near side. There's the snap. He fakes the handoff to Kenny. Goes back to pass and is sacked. Lets loose of the ball. Diving forward is one of the linemen, I believe, Ryan Duffy or Alex Berg, who is back there to pass defend, and he drops on it at the 42-yard line.
Well, it's a good thing that Cedar Falls did on that play. For them, Nico Batumbi.
He's the one, yep.
They came back to that pass in the flat. Had he not gotten touched, Bohm was wide open again.
Well, that's about the only negative thing that's happened for City High. And, of course, the Cedar Falls fans cheering their defense right now because it's 3rd down and 7. And Eyman calls timeout. We'll take a break. 7-6. City High with the lead on 1630 KCJJ.
Hey, Hawk fans, listen up. And on the corner of Keokuk and Highway 6. I can only imagine how surprised 24 hours a day. Number 1, 1630 KCJJ.
Well, City High uses a timeout here, Brad. I mean, they haven't been faced with too many situations like this tonight. It's 3rd down and about 7 yards to go. The ball is on the 39-yard line. Back to pass goes Eyman. Looking near side. Pass is caught by Kenny. Kenny's got the first down. It could have been Davis. It could have been Kenny. They were both just standing there.
Well, it's one of those situations there. Kenny came out into the flat. He got hit by the linebacker, and he didn't stay with him. He pushed him off into the zone. He just stood there wide open.
Ball at the 42-yard line, another 1st and 10. Nice to see old friend Tim Godfrey here tonight. Tim, a former Cedar Falls High School All-Stater at wide receiver and kicker, and he's he's here. He's actually up from Texas visiting, and happened to know that there was a game in town. It's always nice to hear his stories, as untruthful as most of them are. Iman on the shotgun goes back to pass. He's looking. Now he's going to see some green ahead of him, and he cuts back inside. He goes to the 40s, across the 40, across the 35. That guy is just dangerous tonight. He's across the 35 to the 34.
We had said it early on that he's had great success with the quarterback draw. You know, you go back to the great Godfrey, and I think he had a 7-yard punt at one time, and he got credit for it. And, you know, I don't believe it was him that punted it, was it?
It wasn't. No, it was a guy named Dan Jones, who later went on to a Northwestern. But it was against Waterloo Columbus in a very key non-conference game for Cedar Falls. This is back, this is 20 years ago. But he still remembers it. Here comes Iman. Here's 2nd down and short. Iman hands off to Kenny. Kenny leaps over one man and then runs actually into his own blocker, and I do believe he's short of the 1st down. He will be to about the 32. It'll be a gain of 2. And it's going to be just barely short. Are they going to measure? Yeah, they're going to measure. Well, this broadcast brought to you by Knievel Windows, Hertine and Stocker Jewelers, and Memorials by Michael, all combining to bring you a broadcast of football playoffs on KCJJ, Iowa City. Again, a reminder, we will be on the air Saturday, either at 10 o'clock or 1 o'clock for the Regina game.
Yeah, if they do it as in years past, should City High win tonight, a lot of the times they have wound up playing the 4:30 game.
I wonder
4:37. I'm not quite sure. And and Bettendorf usually plays the 4:30 game, and that's a long travel.
Yeah, well, maybe because they're closer to the Unidome than the teams like from Sioux City and stuff that have to travel a little bit further. It's going to be short. Of both of us very impressed with the Regals. We see the A team from City High here tonight. This is not the team we saw play the first time against Prairie. They were a bit lethargic and still, actually, even though it had been 2 weeks earlier, had been reeling still from that loss to West High in the big battle for the boot. Here we go. Chain gang set. 3rd down and short. Last time we had this situation, Iman kept it himself, and he's done that more often than not here tonight. Let's see what he does. They still really have 2 cracks at it, and they'll go 2 cracks here. Here's Iman under center. That's a pretty good indication he's going to keep it himself. I don't know if he got it. His feet are still going.
I don't believe he got it.
Well, the official is going to mark it. He's going to stop the clock. He took the snap, tried to step forward, just going by his feet. I don't think he actually got any yardage at all.
Well, two plays that has been working for City High so far has been, number one, the quarterback draw. That's been there, and the pass into the flat. They know those 2 things are there because they've been wide open each and every time they've run it.
And they're going to measure again. They haven't used Brent Jen on any of the.
Yeah, I think sometime tonight you're going to see Ben Evans get involved in this offense.
Well, they're measuring again, and they say, I have to get down there with the magnifying glass, and it's still just short. Well, the Cedar Falls fans obviously very excited, and the City High fans are up yelling, go for it, which I'm sure Coach Sabers will do in this situation, as he is 4th and just inches away. City High trying to keep their momentum going with 7:09 left to play until halftime. They'll set the chain gang again. It's 4th down at the 32-yard line. Boy, you can't get much closer than that. Well, let's see what they do here. It's, they got Bohm and Kenny and Davis that they can choose to go to. Actually, Davis looks like the thinnest of the 3, but he actually weighs more than either of those other 2 guys.
Well, what I'd do right here is I'd have Davis lead through the hole. I'd hand it to Kenny and let him get the 1st down.
Now let's see what they do. The center, Josh Keppel, comes over the ball, and Iman again will be under center. And Cedar Falls kind of packing it in a little bit. Here's the snap, and they toss it to Kenny. Kenny on the toss, gets it the 1st down, stays on his feet, and is finally brought down from behind. Coming in to make the tackle is Alex Miller. I didn't expect the option toss there.
Well, that was a pretty good play, and had that Cedar Falls defender been a split second earlier, that ball was on the ground.
Oh, yeah, ball on the 24-yard line. 8-yard gain on a big play by Phil Kenny. It's now 1st down and 10 with 6:43 left to play in this second period. 7-6 on a 1-yard run by D.P. Iman and then Andrew Shutt, P.A.T. I set in the backfield. Nope, they're just going to go with one back here. The other one is the quarterback in shotgun formation. Double slot. Here's Iman. Iman's going to keep it himself, and this time nothing. That's the first time that play hasn't worked tonight. They bring him down for a loss.
Well, they brought Baskerville on a stunt that time to close the hole, and I think they're going to have to stun a little bit more. They just can't sit back and play in that 4-3 base.
You know, it is so nice to watch two quality teams play and in a kind of a controlled environment. 6:10 to go second period. This is only City High's second possession of the ball game. It's how odd is that to see? Not just from City High, but from anybody in any game. Here comes Iman. He is now second and long, second and about 14 yards to go. His man behind him is Phil Kenny as he gets the snap, drops back to pass, looking, passing near side. There's that man Evans. He's got it. He is inside the 5, touchdown, just like you said. Ben Evans, this time on a 27-yard pass reception. Stand up and take a bow, Bradley.
Well, it's in that situation, what they did, they caught him in cover 2, and the safety could not get over the top in time to cover it. He just ran basically what was a fade route, and he was wide open.
Ben Evans, his first reception, the first time they've even gone to him tonight, and it comes with 5:47 left to play in the second period and widens out City High's lead. And now it's Andrew Shutt to attempt the PAT as City High gets their second touchdown of this ball game, capping what is an 85-yard drive. So here is the PAT by Andrew Shutt. There's the kick, and that one is good. It is 14-6 City High. We'll be back on 1630 KCJJ.
Quality service you can trust. Dave Seidel at 356-80. Dave Seidel with Ottawa and Truck Service. When I was going to do that, keeping your cars and trucks running the best.
Drive, and by golly, that's exactly what they got. And you called it right with Ben Evans on that 27-yard pass. That was a thing of beauty.
Yes, it was. Right on the money. And they played deep cover 2 there, and I don't understand why he could not get over the top on that.
Here comes the kickoff by Shutt, and Shutt goes to the far side. It's taken at the 20-yard line, and a nice return across the 30, across the 40, across the 40, about at the 45-yard line. Great field position as Cedar Falls has a 1st and 10 on its own 45. Well, it's Old Home Week. We see Larry Van Ort, who the listeners might remember, did the game with me on one of those Thursdays when you could make it, West High at Cedar Rapids, Washington, and brought his son Stratton Van Ort with him. It's just Old Home Week, seeing all these people we used to know and wish we knew better.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure we want to know them any better.
I should have stopped when I was ahead, huh? Ball at the 45, it's 1st and 10. Here's the handoff to Brookins. Brookins leaps over a guy and kind of slows him down, and he is brought down at the 48 after a gain of 3.
Well, I learned quite a bit of football from Larry. He was my high school football coach.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's Waterloo Central High School when you were just a young pup.
Just a pup, he said.
Ball at the 48-yard line. City High leads at 14-6 with 5:20 left to play. Gee, we were talking about all these people we were inviting up for halftime, and we got more than we need. We could talk to all kinds of football people tonight. Well, Cedar Falls has it down by 8 points. They've had a couple of field goals, but that's been it. Here's the handoff near side Brookins. Well, he's going to have to bring it back. Ooh, that was
face mask.
Yeah, that was a face mask. It's Dorian Davis reached out and grabbed the face mask and stopped him at the 50-yard line.
You know, you take a look at what has transpired in this first half. Cedar Falls has done a nice job of moving the football, and to be honest with you, some of the mistakes that Cedar Falls have made have killed their drives. City High's got to toughen up a little bit. They're giving up too many big chunks of yards.
Well, this one is going to certainly be a shot in the arm for the Tigers because the face mask penalty is going to give them their 6th first down of the ball game. But so far, City High's done a good job keeping Cedar Falls just at the point of the field where they had to kick field goals. They haven't let them in the end zone yet. Ball on the 45-yard line is Ben Curran, the quarterback. Man in the receiver wide to each side. Here's the handoff to Brookins. Brookins is going to be caught in that backfield and brought down by Josh Keppel. Got some penetration, and he brought him down back at the 48-yard line.
Hey, that play hasn't worked all night.
Well, that time, 3-yard loss on the play. Actually, they're going to give him some forward progress. It's only going to be a 1-yard loss to the 46. That'll bring up 2nd down and about 12 yards to go, 11, 12 yards to go. KCJJ, Iowa City, your station in the quarterfinals of the high school football playoffs in Class 4A. Here comes Ben Curran with a nice set in the backfield, receiver wide to each side. He goes back to pass, feeling some pressure, letting loose, and it is off the fingertips of his receiver far side. That is Skylar Ort. And he is going to not be able to get to it, and it's going to be incomplete. And now 3rd down and 12 yards to go. Well, Curran went to the air. That time he did not go to either Josh Shane or Nate Curran, which are the 2 receivers that he goes to the majority of the time. That time he decided to go to the split end on the left side, and it comes up empty, and it's now 3rd down 12.
That was nice coverage by Alex Smith.
4:18 left to play. We're in period number 2. 14-6, City High with the lead. Here's Curran. Curran back to pass, looking near side, going to Nate Curran, and he overthrew him. He had him there, had him at the 20, and could have scampered in for the touchdown, but he threw it too hard.
Yeah, he had him wide open there. Had he hit him, it was 6.
Yep, Nate Curran trying to catch the pass from Ben Curran. I understand what Nate Curran was hurt, didn't play against. Oh, we have a penalty flag against Cedar Falls. He didn't play last week, did he?
That was my understanding, and I'm not exactly sure what the reasoning was behind it.
Cedar Falls beating Wahlert 17-7 in that first round of the playoffs. There's a holding call against Cedar Falls, but it looks like City High is going to decline it.
I was just told that he was out last week because he sustained a concussion the week prior.
And now that means that Cedar Falls is going to have to punt the ball away. Chad Heath is the punter. First time we've seen him. We have a couple of men back deep. That's Ryan Bohm to the far side, Phil Kenny to the near side. City High will get it back again. Excuse me, that's not Kenny to the near side. That is someone else entirely. That is Ben Evans. Ben Evans to the near side. So Ben waiting to receive the spun off the toe of Chad Heath. He gets no pressure whatsoever. He punts it away from Evans. It's going to bounce. It's going to bounce at the 15 and continue to bounce and be down at the 12-yard line. Well, that's the first time that a drive has ended up in anything but a score. Either a touchdown by City High or a field goal for Cedar Falls, the first punt we've had in this ballgame.
Well, if City High can continue to move the ball, which they've done the entire ballgame, and go up 21-6, it's going to be awfully difficult for Cedar Falls to come back from that deficit.
4:03 left to play until halftime, and of course we know City High, well, both of these teams actually, but at the present moment it's City High with the ball can certainly drown all the hopes out of Cedar Falls ever getting the ball back in this half. This broadcast tonight brought to you by your Iowa City area Hy-Vee food stores, Dave Seidel Auto and Truck, and Suburban Amico. All of them bringing you playoff football, and we're hoping there's going to be 4 more games. You have City High in the semis and finals. You have Regina in the semis and finals, and if that happens, Brad and I can do all 4 of them. Well, you're certainly ready to go then.
Absolutely.
All right, we're ready to go here for City High. I had some equipment problems here. That's why we had the little delay. Here's DP Iman. This time he comes up under center again. Ball is going to be at the 13-yard line. Handoff goes to Kenny, and Kenny's just trying to find some running room. Kenny gets about a yard, and that's it to the 14. Just dove straight up the middle. And Phil Kenny gets him to second down and 9 yards to go. Kellen F. along with Brad Cross and Stance Myrallo here this evening, and all of us staying nice and cozy. That's probably why all these people are coming in to see us, because it's nice and cozy up here as opposed to being a little bitter out there on the track. Here come the Little Hawks, and they just can't mess around here. They've got to move this ball a little bit. Here's Iman in shotgun, looking, pumps one. Now he's going to have to scramble. Gets a block or two and avoids one other blocker and gets right at the first down marker. Boy, a little movement there. Otherwise,
he's got some quick feet.
Yeah,
very shifty.
Ball at the 21, over the 21 at about the 21 and a half. That'll be a gain of 8, and according to our calculations, that will put him just short of a first down. That obviously was the play in which the Cedar Falls secondary is doing this job pretty well. It's third down and short, third down and less than 1 with 3:23 to go until halftime. City High actually doing their version of huddling up. This doesn't happen very often.
Not very often at all.
I want to take a picture of this because you never see him do that. Hyman looks over to Coach Dan Sabers and his staff. So John Raffensperger here in the press box. He does the PA for City High football, and now the Hawks are going to take timeout, so we will too. 14-6 City High on 1630 KCJJ.
For 120 minutes. Open daily from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Number 1 in high school sports, the mighty 1630 KCJJ.
Third down 1. Iman will hand the ball off. No, he keeps it himself. Gets some yardage and picks up the first down. It looked like everybody in the park was thinking he's going to give it to Kenny, and he gets to the 24. First and 10 for the Little Hawks.
Well, they're having a difficult time stopping him, and from what I've seen of City High this year, he's one of the better athletes on the team, so why not have the ball in his hands?
Well, we've seen him carry the ball more often tonight than in any other game. Usually it's Phil Kenny who's getting the brush. As long as Iman is getting the job done, why not? 3:11 to go. They're leading it 14-6 here in the second period. Iman does give it off to Kenny, and Kenny is going to be hit right after the ball is handed off. He's actually going to be dropped for a loss back to the 23-yard line.
I guess the one thing I can't figure out about City High is Dorian Davis has been basically non-existent in this offense tonight, and I don't know if there's a reason for that or if it's a scheme that they're trying to get accomplished. but he's awful good not to be touching the ball.
Well, last time you were wondering about why Ben Evans hasn't been involved in the play, and bingo, he hits a 27-yard touchdown reception. Let's see, maybe Dorian Davis will get the ball here, and we could see him go 77 yards and score. A little bit of confusion out there. Nobody knows where they want to go. Iman has to explain to them exactly what he wants. He has trips to the top of the formation, actually a double slot, and twins. Now he gets the ball himself, and it opens up on the near side. He cuts inside his blocker. He gets to almost the 30-yard line. Another gain, this time of 6 yards to quarterback D.P. Iman. That'll bring up another third down and long situation. Of course, City High has picked up every third down they've had. They haven't had to punt the ball away yet tonight. As they have had the ball, this is just the third time, and they've scored 2 touchdowns.
Now, if I was to take a guess, it's going to be a pass in the flat to Bohm.
Well, you might as well go for it all here in less than 2 minutes to go. You've got a 1st and 10. Iman with Bohm in the slot to the far side, Davis to the slot to the near side. Now Davis goes in motion to create twins, and it's the quarterback keeper all the way, and he gets across the 30 to the 31, and I guess we all can't be right all the time.
That's exactly right. I'm used to being wrong, so.
Well, City High is going to use a timeout. We'll keep it right here for the time being as they decide it's going to be a Cedar Falls timeout. We'll keep it right here. This broadcast brought to you by A.W. Welt and Briscoe Insurance against Underwood and Central Decatur against Ackley, Geneva, Wellsburg, Steamboat Rock. Can't say that too often.
I was going to say, could you say that fast?
I can't because it would miss the punt. Here comes a punt off of the toe of D.P. Iman. First time that City High had to punt the ball tonight, trying to pin the Tigers back, and it's a pretty good one. Back goes Nate Curran. He gets it at the 30, returns to the 35, the 40. A flag is thrown back there behind him.
Yeah, you got a clip.
Yeah, he gets to the 45-yard line. A clip will be called against the Tigers of Cedar Falls, so that ball will be moved back a little bit.
Now, City High got a break on that one also. Yeah, Cedar Falls would have had the ball on, about the 45-yard line. Now they're going to be backed up inside their 20.
With only a minute and 22 seconds left to play until the end of the first half. It is a 14-6 City High lead. Scoring on a 27-yard Iman to Ben Evans pass and a 1-yard DP Iman run. Andrew Shutt kicked the PAT on both of those. And 2 field goals for Cedar Falls, 37 and 39. You surprised? We're about at halftime, and Cedar Falls hasn't gotten in the end zone yet.
Well, again, on the first end, City High's doing a nice job defensively. The Cedar Falls threatened early on, but they keep shooting themselves in the foot, and thankfully, for City High's sake, that's what's happening.
Well, Cedar Falls got as close to the 18 in their first drive. They got no closer than the 22 on their second drive, and now they're going to see what they can do to come downfield. Here's Kern with the handoff, and it goes to Drew Rose. Rose stays on his feet. In fact, he never does go down. He is stopped at the 20, just over the 20 at the 21. First down play, nets just a couple of yards, 2, 3, maybe it's second down, 7. And the clock showing 1 minute and 3 seconds left to play until halftime.
Well, if I was Cedar Falls right here, I'd just try to kill the clock.
Yeah. Well, they have twins to the bottom of the formation. I set for Ben Curran, the junior quarterback. Comes under center. There's the handoff to Brookins. Brookins going far side to lose. Dorian Davis picks up some yardage, gets across the 30-yard line, and gets to the 33. A gain of 12 on the play brings up a first down for the Tigers. It's their 7th one of the ball game. And it looks as though Cedar Falls is going to call a timeout, so we will too. We'll take a break and be back on 1630 KCJJ.
The one and only locally owned and operated brickyard in Johnson County is Phil's Building Supplies.
Use a timeout to set something up with 46 seconds left to play until halftime. KCJJ, Iowa City, your station, is Ben Curran. Has him set in the backfield, and he hands off on the delay. Brookins has it. Brookins to the far side, gets a good run. He gets to the 50, he gets across the 50, and is going to be driven out of bounds inside the City High territory at the 48.
Well, now they got plenty of time to at least get into field goal position.
That is a 19-yard run for Taylor Brookins, the junior running back, and with 38 seconds left to go, it is going to be 1st and 10. With the ball on the 48-yard line.
City High can't relax. This obviously this possession is not over.
And with the Little Hawks playing defense and trying to stop Cedar Falls from getting into the end zone, their fans get up on their feet and start cheering. 1st and 10 for Ben Curran, who drops back to pass. Looks for a receiver, looks near side, and is caught. Wide open is Skylar Ort, and Skylar Ort gets to the 35-yard line for another 1st and 10.
He just sat down inside the zone there. He didn't have to move. There's nobody there.
First and 10, Cedar Falls, and the Tigers hurry up and get into a formation as they need to get probably another 5 yards, 4 or 5 yards to get into field goal range. We've seen already tonight a 37 and a 39-yarder. So they're close to field goal range right now. Here comes Curran with 27 seconds left to go, and he's just going to stop the clock and bring the field goal unit out this early? You wouldn't think so.
No.
But, well, as the ball... All right, so they still have the one timeout left. Ben Curran comes up to the line of scrimmage. It is second down, 10 yards to go. I set in the backfield, turns. Brookins gets the call. Brookins going far side. Brookins in trouble. He is going to be dropped and stopped right there by Nico Batembe beyond the 35, actually at the 36-yard line for a loss of 1. So Cedar Falls is going to use a timeout, I believe. Yes, they do. With 18 seconds to go, we'll keep it right here. Kind of a weird last couple of plays.
Yeah, I think that what City High needs to do right now is they need to not no timeouts left. If they're gonna do anything, they're gonna have to run some out patterns to get it out of bounds. That's the only way they're ever gonna get a shot at a field goal.
Yep, because they do have it set it up right now, and I'm really kind of surprised there's not enough time probably to run a play straight up and then try and get the field goal unit out there. There's not enough time probably left to do that. But they're going to see what they're going to come up with here as Ben Curran, the quarterback, comes up under center. There's the snap. He drops back to pass, looking, passes near side. Near sideline, and it's caught, and then out of bounds goes Skylar Ort. Now they're in field goal range. He's at the 23-yard line.
They got enough time to run at least one more play if they can get out of bounds.
13 seconds left to go, and the chain gang will be set. The ball is at the 23-yard line. It would be longer field goal than what we've seen so far here this evening, but who knows what might be the limit of the Cedar Falls field goal kicker, Kyle Rohde. They're going to line up at the line of scrimmage, and of course they do have to get out of bounds or into the end zone, otherwise the clock will run out. 14-6, City High with the lead. There's the snap. Back to pass goes Orton. He's not going to be able to pass to the left side. He passed the right down the middle. It is caught at the 5-yard line, inside the 5 to Nate Curran. He's inside the 5. They'll stop the clock.
Yeah, they can. I think what they're going to do here is they're going to spike it.
As they come up to the line of scrimmage, they have to hurry and get set up. They had to stop the clock while the chain gang got set. 6 seconds left to go. They are inside the 5 at the 4-yard line on the 19-yard pass. Now, Curran, the clock will start. Curran will get the snap, and he will just spike it. With 3.3 seconds, they'll bring the field goal unit out. If they score this field goal, that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, I was saying early on in the drive to just run the clock out.
Yeah, that was way down when the ball was about at the 25-yard line, but they've come all the way downfield, and now Kyle Rohde is going to try a 23-yard field goal. It would pull them to within 5 at halftime. Of course, the time will run out as he attempts this. City High is going to call timeout, but we'll keep it. The state championship, even if the two best teams in the state are in the same conference, which really doesn't.
I'm not sure I like that at all.
Either. Now you could have these could be the two best teams in the state right here. You don't know that for sure because you really don't know the teams from out west, but it has to be West versus East in the final. Well, City High is going to see if they can block this attempt of the foot of Kyle Rohde. Rohde will be attempting a 23-yard field goal as time will expire here in the first half. Everybody is going to be rushing this time. There's the kick. The kick is up. That kick is good. And it's a 23-yard field goal, the third field goal of the ball game for Kyle Rohde. And we are at halftime with the score, City High 14, Cedar Falls 9. We'll be back at 16:30, KCJJ. Okay. Oh, Lordy. Okay. 4 yards. Davis 1 for 1. Kenny 1 for 15. Evans 1 for 27. Davis has a sack. Penalties, 2 penalties, 15 yards for Cedar Falls. 2 penalties, 15 yards for City High. Well, you can't get a whole lot closer than that. They've run the exact same number of plays, only a 6-yard difference in reserves play.
Yeah, and Mitch over the years, with knowing Mitch as I do, he's never going to rub it in anybody's face.
Right.
And it doesn't matter who it is or what has happened in the past. He's always going to treat everybody with respect because someday it's going to come back and bite you.
Well, we want to Invite you to listen to us on Friday night if we should get that far with the City High Little Hawks. We'll be on the air either at 4:30 or 7:30. It depends on what the association decides to do. But like Brad said, it's probably almost a sure bet that the teams from the eastern half that they pair up in the semifinals will play the first game because they have less travel time. Let those here I haven't seen in a while. So Tim Lehman, my old landlord, was down here. Watching the game.
Is that a good thing?
Well, yeah. He still owes me money.
Oh, well, okay.
So,
well, it was a good thing you saw him then.
Yes, it is. Hey, Tim, come here. Where you been hiding these last few years? So he's down there, and everybody seems to be enjoying themselves, at least on this side of the field, because City High has the lead. Cedar Falls will kick off. It will be Spencer Ford doing the honors. He kicks off, Chad Heath doing the honors. And the kick is going to be taken far side and returned almost up the middle across the 25 to about the 29-yard line. It'll be City High ball, 1st and 10 on the 29.
And that was Dorian Davis who returned that kickoff. I think what's going to happen here in this first drive is going to dictate basically what's going to happen in the second half. If City High can move the ball, get any type of points, it's going to put a lot of pressure on Cedar Falls to come up with something innovative to correct that.
Well, Dorian Davis, like you mentioned, hasn't been in on the offense at all, except as perhaps a blocker a couple of times. He's in motion now. There's the quarterback going back to pass, firing down the far sideline. He overthrew his receiver, who was right there at the 40-yard line, had the defenders beat. That, once again, was Ben Evans.
He had a nice job there, and Cedar Falls is playing cover 2, and for the life of me, I do not understand how they are getting that far behind cover 2. Now, cover 2 is 2 hard corners staying in the flat and the 2 safeties over the top.
The safeties are Nate Kern and Eddie Dempster. Those are the 2 Cedar Falls safeties, or at least those are the 2 that has started out. I see Sky Paxson in there now, though, but he was not listed as a starter. We're just underway in the third quarter. KCJJ, Iowa City, your station, as DP Iman comes under center this time. Sends a man in motion. There's the snap. There goes the handoff up the near side pass, and it is over the head of, again, Ryan Bohm. He faked the handoff, I believe, to Davis, and passed near side incomplete.
Yeah, on that particular play, that's the play that they used in the first half, getting Bohm out into the flat. And had Iman been just a little bit quicker, he was open again.
Well, now it's 3rd and 10. This is the first time we've seen a City High drive stall without any movement of the ball. It's 3rd and 10 from the 29-yard line. That was the first incomplete pass of the ball game, second incomplete pass of the ball game for DP Iman. He has trips to the near side of the formation as he goes back to pass, looking down the middle. It is caught by Kenny, stretches out close to first down yardage at the 40. Well, if they place it right there, it is going to be a 1st and 10 for the Little Hawks.
I would say that's a first down.
That certainly looks like it. Yes, it is. 1st and 10, City High, trying to upset the, Cedar Falls number 2 in the state, are they?
2 or 3.
Right behind Western White Valley.
Yeah, I think they're 3rd behind Valley and Bettendorf. You know, that last play took a while to develop because he went through his checkoff and he went to his last receiver.
And that was Phil Kenny, who has the 1st and 10. Here's the handoff near side. Kenny spins. Kenny is going to be sandwiched, and he's going to stay on his feet. How he got out of that sandwich, I have no idea. But he's across the 50 to the 46-yard line.
Nice, hard, tough running there. You got that forward lean going, and, you know, when you try to arm tackle, that's exactly what's going to happen to you. And he's a tough enough runner to break those tackles.
He's like the bologna falling out of between the 2 pieces of bread. And the ball's going to be just over the 47-yard line. That is 1st and 10, City High.
Speaking of bread, boy, that was a great sandwich on the way down.
Thank you. I bought
Absolutely.
those. I made a special trip just to keep you fed here this evening. You and Rollo and Harold. It's 1st down and 10. The ball is at the 47-yard line. Harold ate half of mine, though. That guy is such a glutton. You know what? Ball at the 47-yard line. Pass goes far side. It is caught in the run. Far side and then out of bounds. Once again, your favorite Ben Evans knocks down a photographer, but he has the 1st and 10.
Well, that's the same route that he ran in the first half for the touchdown. And right now, it looks like City High. We talked about it right at the beginning of the second half. They now know that they can throw the ball on Cedar Falls, and right now they can throw it at will.
Yep, they are. They are getting a movement downfield at chunks of yardage at a time. They're at the 19-yard line, 10:59 left to play in period number 3. 14-9, City High with the lead. Now, Iman is under center, sends Bohm in motion. There's the snap. There's the handoff. Kenny with that little hesitation move is caught and brought down from behind by Drew Rose, but he still gets a positive yardage, 1 yard on the play.
Well, that play right there was about a step away from going big time, and Cedar Falls did a nice job closing the hole there.
It'll be 2nd down and 9. The Little Hawks, Brent Chen doesn't even bother to come anywhere close to the line. Now he's going to come in. He's going to be in a slot to the near side. His place is taken by Ben Evans, who's a receiver wide to the bottom of the formation. Little Hawks going from our left to our right. I set in the backfield. There's the snap. There's the handoff. Kenny has a noise. The quarterback's going to keep it. He's going to pass it to the end zone. It's going to be knocked out of the air or intercepted.
It's intercepted.
It is intercepted right at the goal line. Intercepted by Nate Kern.
Right at the 1 yard line. It's too bad on that play, too, because I think what Iman should have done is he either should have taken off running or thrown it out of bounds. He had coverage on that play, and that ball should have never been thrown.
Nate Kern intercepts it at the 1 yard line as the Little Hawks have the first turnover of the ball game. Well, at least Cedar Falls is way back. 99 yards to go for a touchdown. If you're going to give the ball up, give it up on the 1. 10:21 left to play until the end of the third period. Ben Curran, Nate Curran's twin brother, will set up his backs in the end zone. There's the handoff, and it goes up the middle to Drew Rose, just trying to get some running room, nothing fancy, and he picks up just a yard to the 2.
This is where City High has to be very, very careful. Cedar Falls in the past has been known to try to hit you big from this position on the field. Mitch isn't scared to throw the ball any place on the field.
Well, they might see it in the air here. 2nd down, 9 at the 2 yard line. Again, Rose and Brookins in the backfield. Ben Curran is the quarterback. We haven't seen Sam Peterson yet in this ballgame. There's the handoff. It goes far side Rose. Rose has some running. Rose is going to be close to the first down marker. He gets a good chunk of yardage. Gets it about at the 10 yard line.
Yeah, that play right there. Luckily, they got the handoff off.
Oh, man, they did.
City High came in. To City High's credit, they did a nice job. Dorian Davis came flying over the top, and that much, and he was there.
Davis has been playing a pretty good game defensively, and he was almost at the mesh point there. Ball at the 10 yard line brings up 3rd and 1. Big play here for Cedar Falls. Let's see what the Tigers elect to do here as Curran gets the snap. Hands off to Rose. He's got the first down. He is across the line of scrimmage and is dropped just shy of the 15 yard line. That's going to be a gain of 5. They only needed 1. Pat Mitchell's ball club with a dozen 1st and 10s.
City High in this situation has to be very, very careful that they don't fall asleep. And what I mean by that, just because they're down inside the 15 yard line, don't think run. You got to be ready for anything.
Well, like you said, Coach Mitchell will do just about anything at any point of the game at any field position. There's the handoff, and again, Brookins gets it. Brookins slips through a couple of guys. One guy had a good, Josh Keppel had a good beat on him, but he let him slip loose.
Well, that's 3 plays in a row now that City High has stunted either inside or from the outside, and I think that they're going to have to do that.
Ben Curran apparently can read that pretty well, quarterback. Here comes the 2nd down play. It's 2nd down and about 4.5 or 5 yards to go after the pickup of nearly 6 yards on the play. Brookins gets the call again. Brookins finds a seam, finds a hole, gets right to the first down marker and is dropped at the 25 yard line. Ben Curran trying to lead this Tiger team on a 99 yard drive to take the lead. It's 14-9 City High with the advantage. KCJJ, Iowa City, your station. Another 1st and 10 for the Cedar Falls Tigers, who have not tasted defeat. Closest they came was across town, a 5-yard win in or 5-point win week number 2 against West Iowa. The next closest game was just this past weekend, 17-7 this past Wednesday against Dubuque Wahlert. Here's Brookins. Brookins runs right into a pile, and he is stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain for the junior tailback. Well, Coach Mitchell has been talking, and we've been reading in the papers about how Brookins has had a little bit of difficulty in the second half of the season after everybody learned about him, and certainly he's having difficulty here. He had some good runs in the first half, but it looks like the Little Hawks have pretty much drawn a bead on him.
Yeah, when you see him, you got to adjust to his speed and how he runs. The City High's done a nice job of adjusting to that.
Gain of 2. Brookins gets the call. Brookins now does get a good run going. He's going to be shy of the first down, but he darts through, gets up to the 34 yard line for a pickup of 7 on the play. but it's still going to bring up third down and short for the Tigers of Cedar Falls. Kelly Neff along with Brad Cross, stats by Rollo. Thanks to John Raffensperger for joining us at halftime. And all our rowdy friends have come to visit here in the press box tonight.
It was good to see him.
Yes, it was. The good old friends that came down here to watch the game, even from as far away as Texas. There's the snap. There's Brookins on the call. He has the first down. Brookins finds running room. Brookins gets across the 35 to the 40-yard line. Another 1st and 10. Well, the Tigers have it going now as they move the ball all the way from the 1 out to their own 40-yard line with 7:07 left to play. We're in the third period here at City High Field. Is that Brookins that limped off?
No, there was I believe it was a lineman. I want to say it was number 78, Jared Longnecker, but I'm not exactly sure on that.
Well, they're tending to whomever it may be on the Cedar Falls sidelines. Man in the slot. Here's the handoff again. Brookins. Brookins is caught in the backfield and dropped. Coming in to make some penetration for City High, I believe, might be Alex Berg or Nico Batembo.
I think it could have been about anybody, but I believe it was Dorian Davis that stood him up first.
Dorian Davis again making the play, and -1. It's 2nd down and 11. This broadcast brought to you by Iowa State Bank and Trust and Bachmeyer Interiors, combining to bring you City High football and the mighty Double J in the quarterfinals of the 4A playoffs. Twins to the bottom of the formation, going from our right to our left. Curran looking to the near side. Scramble, and he is going to be sacked. Coming in a whole host of Little Hawks, but Tembe in there also with Sean Hosseini coming in to make the tackle way back to the 33-yard line.
The secondary did a wonderful job on that play. They played man under on that. They manned up underneath with the corner and the strong safety and had the free over the top, and there was just nobody open.
That's a loss of 6 on the play, back to the 33. This is a huge one. 3rd down in a bunch. 3rd down and 17 for the Tigers. City High trying to stop Cedar Falls here on the drive. Back to pass on the delay. They hand off to Brookins, and Brookins isn't going to even get back to the original line of scrimmage as the City High defense can smell it out again. Tackle made by Alex Berg at the 38. A long drive that took Cedar Falls from the 1 to the 40 is going to result in a punt. Well, let's hope that City High doesn't do what Regina did a couple of times last Wednesday. Almost took themselves out of the game with a couple of penalties on punts. Here's the punter, Chad Heath. They'll get the ball at the 25-yard line. There's the snap. Nice snap. They're not going after it. There's the punt, and it's going to be a boomer. It's going to be taken by by Bohm. Bohm at the 25, and Bohm returns to the 27, and that's it. So City High has it 1st and 10 on the 27-yard line.
Yeah, there really wasn't much that he could do with that. It was a nice high punt, and Cedar Falls had nice coverage on it.
And making sure that we get everything right, which is probably going. Is that going to be a first on our part? Oh, we've been following Harold around too much.
Absolutely.
D.P. Iman is the quarterback. He fumbles the ball. No, he tosses it near side. Now it's on the ground, and it's going to be taken out of bounds. Boy, they want that play. Let's have do-overs here. Phil Kenny couldn't quite get to it. I thought Iman might have dropped it at first.
I thought he did, and I believe what they did is they called that a lateral.
Okay, so that makes it an incomplete pass.
Incomplete fumble.
Okay. Well, it's going to go... okay, it's going to be a loss of 2.
Whatever you want to call it.
It's going to be back to the 25-yard line. So it's 2nd down and 12 yards to go.
In any case, it was a backwards lateral.
Okay, so it's going to go out of bounds. Kenny couldn't pick it up. Iman couldn't pick it up. Now D.P. Iman comes back into shotgun formation. He does drop it again. Picks it up and can't get anything. He's back at the 19. What's going on?
I don't know if the ball's getting slippery. I would imagine the grass is getting a little wet down there with the temperature dropping, and I don't know. The ball was right in his hands that time. I don't know if he's taking his eye off, looking where his receivers are, or what's going on.
Boy, you wouldn't think so with the experience that he has, but ball back to the 19, and Cedar Falls is just watching as City High kind of self-destructs here on this possession. Ball at the 19-yard line, 3rd down, 16 yards to go. City High leading this game 14-9 with 4:21 left to play in the 3rd period. Iman will get the snap from center Josh Keppel. And he gets it now. He's going to, on the quarterback draw, try to follow his blocker. He's going to pick up some yardage, but not close to the 1st down. He's going to get only to the 25, not even back to the original line of scrimmage. And it's punt time once again for Mr. Iman.
Well, that's a good safe play for City High. And prior to that play, I was thinking maybe they'd go back to that play where Bohm caught it to get down to the 1-yard line where he just ran down the seam.
Well, let's see what the punter can do. Iman is the punter. Boy, Cedar Falls is, after what happened in the beginning of their last possession, are going to get this ball back in excellent field position, pretty much right around midfield, unless Iman can just boom one. Iman is going to get the snap at about the 15-yard line. He'll put a toe to it. It's going to be a short kick. It's going to be taken at the 45-yard line. Dropped. Picking it back up. That's Taylor Brookins is going to be able to get up and get to the 50. He's going to get to the 47 in City High territory. First time that Cedar Falls has started to drive over the 50.
A very heady play there to pick the ball up and advance it for Cedar Falls. That ball was just laying there for anybody to pick up. Just having the Tigers got there first.
First and 10, Cedar Falls at the 48-yard line. So they have got themselves 51 yards further downfield from the last time that they got themselves the possession of the ball.
City High right now needs to buckle down and not give up anything big.
Here's Ben Kern, the quarterback. I set in the backfield. 14-9. City High has the lead. Nobody scored in this third quarter from City High Field. As the quarterback Curran gets it, fakes the handoff, goes back to pass, running jump pass, goes far side, it is caught, first down, still on his feet, cutting it back in, staying in bounds, getting across the 40, getting across the 30, getting across the 25-yard line.
That's a play that they ran in the first quarter that they got sacked for that 13-yard loss, and they just threw it to Rose out of the backfield there, and they caught City High basically kind of sleeping.
Yes, they were. The ball's going to be placed at the 20, well, right at the 20-yard line. That is a 28-yard pass to Drew Rose, who has risen to the occasion here tonight. It's first and 10 for the Tigers. A touchdown would give them the lead. Here's Ben Curran, comes under center, snap. Here's the handoff to Brookins. Brookins far side, cuts it back in. Nice move. Gets inside the 15 and is dropped far side of the field by the Little Hawks, just shy of the 10-yard line.
Well, they're just City High right now. If I was City High, I'd take a timeout right now and let's get back under control because Cedar Falls is picking up too many yards.
Ball at the 11, actually 10.5-yard line. It's second down, less than 1 yard to go. Cedar Falls on a roll. Far side, it is Skylar Ort, near side receiver as well. I set in the backfield on second and less than 1. Handoff Brookins. Brookins caught in the backfield, but he does manage to get back to the line of scrimmage, but he still may not have a first down. A little penetration by the Little Hawks as coming in to make the tackle. Let's see, that's Phil Kenny. Phil Kenny trips him up.
It is still third down, right?
Yep, it's third down. Actually, they lost about a half a yard. It's third down and a full 1 yard to go. Well, boy, I'll tell you, if they hold them here, you might have to hold them to another field goal.
Yep.
I set in the backfield again as the quarterback Ben Curran comes under center. There's the snap. There's the handoff up the middle, and they may not have gotten it. On the trap play to Drew Rose, and, well, the official...
by the spot, it looks like Kelly got the first down.
The near side official is actually over the 10, which would give them a first and goal. And the official's going to look over and say it is. It is first and goal for the Little Hawks, or excuse me, for the Tigers at the 9-yard line. I thought they had them stopped.
Yep, so did I.
Well, I thought it was going to be an interesting call on fourth and short to see what they do. But they probably would have lined up and kicked the field goal. As it is, they've got 4 plays to get it into the end zone. Fourth and goal from inside the 10. Here's Curran, the quarterback. He will hand off to Brookins, and Brookins is going to be caught for negative yardage. Brookins is going to be brought down close to the 15-yard line.
Yeah, they're doing a nice job. We talked about it early on. Anytime that they get in that eye set and Brookins is back a little deeper, City High has not had a problem stopping that play.
Well, it's a loss of 5 back to the 14 to second down and goal from that spot. A couple of more like that, and they may have to try and line up and kick a field goal. 1:28 left to play, third period, 14-9, City High with the lead. Ben Curran is the quarterback. He gets him lined up. He hands off, fakes the handoff, rolls to the far side, caught from behind just as he is let loose of the ball. It's going to be incomplete anyway, as he had pressure on him in that backfield. Boy, he's lucky to get that one off. Let's see, that's City High's John McCracken.
Has a good pressure on there. They came back almost to that same play that they picked up that big chunky yardage on that first down play into the flat with Rose.
Well, McCracken, I suppose that Curran could hear his footsteps coming from behind. He let loose of that, and it's incomplete. So now it's a big third and goal from the 14-yard line. As Curran has him set up in an eye set in the backfield. Receiver wide to each side. There's the snap going down the middle. It is caught. And it's going to be a flag on the play, and the ball's fumbled into the end zone, but the official says the receiver was down inside the 5, but now there's a flag here.
My guess is going to be pass interference.
Yeah.
That would be my guess.
If so, that would give them a fresh set of downs. And let's see if it's going to be offensive or defensive pass interference. The ball is sitting at just inside the 3. The ball was fumbled into the end zone. Pass interference on the defense on City High. Well, the Tigers get a big break there. Otherwise, it's 4th and goal.
Yeah, that's a huge break because I think that was a catch and a fumble, and he did call it down.
He called the ball down as the 3-yard line, and now the officials are gathering to decide. They want to make sure they're on the right page, as they are still deciding what to do. Well, it's going to get you, let's see, the ball's actually at about the 2. It'll get it to the 1. And now the official is talking to the offensive captain and now the defensive captain. Now each sideline is going to be explained exactly what it is that the call is going to be. As Coach Sabers and Coach Mitchell are being talked to by the officials. Well, what would be the... it would be an automatic first down, wouldn't it?
It's got to be an automatic first down.
Okay, yeah.
Well, do you take the... Well, I don't know if you can take the play, though.
Well, let's see. It's going to be... well, they have to mark it from the 7. That's where the flag was thrown, at the 7-yard line. Well, they haven't marked off any penalty yet. So you'd have to go to the 3.5, wouldn't you? If the flag's thrown on the 7? It's from where the line of scrimmage was. Okay,
that was a 14, so half the distance to the goal would
all
be.
Right. So the ball's going to be at the 7. I thought it'd be like at the 1. But it's a first down anyway, so it's a big break for the Tigers. They have a first and goal from the 7-yard line. I set for Curran, the quarterback, hands off to Brookins. Up the middle he goes. He dives, gets to the 6. He picks up only about a yard. I don't know. It's,
recover the ball in the end zone, but the referee called the play dead. And even if he hadn't, the interference had occurred already, so it wouldn't have mattered.
Oh, the ball's at the 6. It is 2nd down and goal. City High defense has to rise to the occasion here. Here's the handoff, and it goes up the middle as, again, it's going to be Drew Rose as they used Brookins as a decoy. Rose gets to the 3, but now, Brand, it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 3 as the 4th quarter looms ahead.
Well, I think if you're City High here, I think you have to think something outside. Okay. That would be my guess.
Well, let's see if Cedar Falls will run another play before the quarter comes to an end. There's 15 seconds as they break huddle, so it looks like they will. 3rd and goal from the scoreboard says the 2. It's actually closer to the 3. There's the snap. There's the handoff to Rose, and he does not get in. He does not get in. He is stopped at the 2-yard line as the period comes to an end. We're there, 4th and goal from the 2. 14-9. City High has the lead. We'll be back on 1630 KCJJ. Ben Curran has had the entire period between the 3rd and 4th periods, that time to talk about it, but then again, so is the defense. The ball's on the 2. It's 4th and goal for Cedar Falls from the 2-yard line. A touchdown would give them a lead. A field goal would make it 14-12. Now, they've already kicked 3 field goals in this ball game. Boy, what a tough decision to make. You've got 12 minutes left to go. If you don't get it here, that is such a boost to the other team. Here comes Ben Curran going for it on 4th and goal. Fumbles the ball and then falls on top of it at the 4-yard line. He fumbled the handoff, the snap from the center, and the ball's going to be City High's at the 4.
Big break for City High right there. I mean, they did a nice job of keeping it out of the end zone. And we were talking during the break. We thought they should have gone for the field goal to make it 14-12, but to City High's benefit, they chose to go for it.
Yep, well, a bad snap from center. Well, in that case, you don't know if it's a bad snap or just a bad grab by the quarterback. But either way, the center or the quarterback, Ben Curran, had to just fall on it at the 4-yard line. And now City High, a big collective sigh of relief. But you still have to move the ball now. That only took 3 seconds. We're only 3 seconds into the 4th period. It's 14-9, City High with the lead. We'll take a look at the 3rd quarter stats when we get an opportunity here, but I'm sure they're pretty much even. Each team had the ball twice there in that period. Here's Hyman. Hyman on the handoff on the dive near side, and it is taken by, let's see, that's Davis, isn't it? Is that Davis's first carry?
Nope, that's...
Is that Bone? Kenny?
That was Phil Kenny.
Okay. Well, we're just so used to seeing only Iman run the ball that it's kind of unusual to see anybody else run it. He gets no gain on the play. It is second down, 10 yards to go. Iman is in the end zone, so that makes Josh Keppel's job a little tougher. He is the center. Man in motion to the near side. There's the snap. There's the hand. Oh, nope. Iman's going to get it himself. Iman is actually hit right at the goal line by the defender, Ryan Laudick, but he manages to get to the 2 for a loss of 2.
That was awfully close to being a safety.
Yes, it was. That would make it 14-11. Ryan Laudick, the junior defensive end, actually had a hand on DP Iman at the goal line. Well, now it's third down and 12 yards to go back at the 2-yard line. So City has got to do something. They can do a quick kick. A quick kick is going to catch Cedar Falls by surprise and get the ball all the way out to the 47-yard line. Well, I haven't seen that for a long time.
Haven't seen that for quite some time, but I'll tell you what, pretty nice play right there. They obviously knew that they were digging themselves a hole down here, and I think they chose and they did the right thing.
You know, for years I did games in the Cedar Falls, Waterloo area. Waterloo Columbus used to do that all the time. Used to quick kick when they had Chris Kleiman and those guys.
Kleiman, that group.
Yep, all the 47-yard line, and so it's a punt. Of course, when your quarterback's the punter, it's you never think of that on third down, but a pretty good play. Cedar Falls has it though, 1st and 10 on the 47. So Ben Curran is going to have a lot more room to work with. City High does absolutely nothing on that possession after stopping Cedar Falls. They try a stunt. Here's the pass far side that is taken far side by Josh Shane. Josh Shane has some running room. Josh Shane only had one more man to beat, and that one more man to beat was Brent Janet. He stopped him at the 30-yard line.
Now, that's the second time that Cedar Falls has run that play tonight, and both times they've picked up big yards with only one City High tackler to stop the Tigers from getting a touchdown.
That's an 18-yard run or a catch by Josh Shane. It is 1st and 10. Coach Pat Mitchell's ball club came up empty last time, but now they have the ball right back again. Here's the pass near side, and again to Shane, and this time no go. He is grabbed and brought down back beyond the 30-yard line at about the 31-yard line, and there's your buddy again, Ben Evans, making the play.
Yeah, that's a nice job by Ben. You got those things into the flat. Obviously, you're going to give those things up if you can stop them. You know, you don't want to give up big plays such as the last play, but you're taught. We'll give the underneath stuff up. Don't give up the big one.
249 yards in offense for the Tigers, 236 yards in offense for City High, 49 plays for the Tigers, 39 for the Little Hawks. As the Tigers of Cedar Falls, there's they showed stunt, and Cedar Falls did not snap the ball. A little cadence change, and Sean Hosini jumped off sides.
Yeah, he just stepped across the line of scrimmage and came back, and I think that is one of the rules in high school football that I don't like.
Yeah,
if you're going to jump off and you don't touch anybody, you should be allowed to get back.
Every other level, they let you get back. Leading ball carrier Brookins with 122 yards and 25 carries. Iman has 62 yards and 18 carries for the City High Little Hawks. It is second down at about 7, and the City High does it again. They encroach again, another 5-yard penalty. This is going to be close to a first down.
Well, and really, to tell you the truth, there's no excuse for that because it's the down linemen that are jumping off sides. And you're right there. You're watching the ball. There's just no excuse for that.
Well, you want to get to that quarterback quickly. I can understand that, but you've just given them 10 yards when they were looking at second down and 12.
Absolutely.
Now it is second down and 2. They're just letting them move on down the field, making it easier for Cedar Falls since the Tigers trying to take the lead with 9:44 left to play in the fourth period. Ben Curran, the corner, drops the ball. He drops the ball. Somebody falls on it. City High perhaps. Another fumble. This time the Little Hawks have recovered it.
Another fumbled snap, and that's it's not very often that you get one stops a fourth down play at the goal line, and then you get another one on the next drive, and it stops the drive.
I believe that was Josh Keppel that fell on that one, number 66 at the 22-yard line. 1st and 10 City High. Boy, the way this fourth quarter has started, I'm not sure I'm ready for anything that might happen in the next 9.5 minutes. Some weird stuff going on out there. DP Iman is the quarterback. He comes up under center now as City High gets a huge break on the trap play, and nothing going there as as the ball carrier Dorian Davis. He fumbles the ball, but they say he's down at the 21.
You know, earlier in this half, we were asking why Iman was having problems handling the ball, and now we see
the other team is too.
Curran doing the same thing.
Yep, it must be a little bit slippery and wet out there. We sit up here in the snugness of the press box and not knowing as the temperature was only, 38 degrees at the start of the game.
Right.
And so it's got to be close to freezing right now, and it's got to be difficult. All right, it's going to be a loss. It's second down and 11 yards to go. 9:02 left to play in the fourth period. City High leading at 14-9. There's the pass in the flat, and it's way overthrown the head of its intended receiver, far side. Good defensive coverage out there by Brad Reekers, the cornerback, and brings up third down and 11.
Yeah, that was a very dangerous play there. The Cedar Falls defensive back read it from the start, and had that ball been a little lower, it could have been 6 the other way.
You know, this is the first three quarters were so crisp and well played and everything. Now this fourth quarter has been just kind of yucky. 8:55 to go in the fourth quarter. Iman on third down and 11. Back at the about the 21-yard line. Gets the snap. Pumps once. Steps up. Fires down the middle of the field. Knocked out of the air. Good defensive play that time by the strong safety, Eddie Dempster.
Yeah, that City High actually on that play kind of got lucky with the defensive back from Cedar Falls coming around, lost his footing, or he probably could have picked that ball off.
Might have been Brett Jen who was going for that one, and we were speculating as to when he might get in the offense a little bit. Now it's going to be Iman again on the punt, and this time Cedar Falls will get it pretty much about the same spot they got it last time on that quick kick. Iman this time will be punting from about the 10-yard line. He gets the snap, gets the kick off, and it's going to angle out of bounds. It actually hits out of bounds at about the 44. Let's see where the official places it. Ooh.
Put it on the 38
wow.
or 39-yard line.
So it's going to be Cedar Falls at the 39-yard line, an 18-yard punt for DP Iman. Well, now you got to count on your defense to do it again. How often can you do this?
Yeah, it's one of those things, you know, you keep putting yourself in the hole. Sooner or later, something bad's going to happen. You know, we hope it doesn't happen, but it's awful tough to be on the field for as long as these guys have been on the field and not have something go wrong.
You can't just have the same segment over and over and over, being asked to do it again, but the City High Little Hawks are being asked to do it again. Ball on the 38-yard line. Ben Curran, the quarterback, hands off to Brookins. They had some penetration. Finally, Ryan Alberhaski puts the finishing touches on Brookins as he gets to the 38-yard line for no gain. Well, we'll take like 3 of those in a row as Alberhaski makes the tackle at second down, 10 yards to go.
Yeah, one of the defensive front players who's been doing a nice job for City High tonight has been Nico Batembi. And he seems like he's in on almost every play.
Well, this time it's a second down. Actually, they do gain about a half a yard to almost the 37. We'll call it second down and 9. 8:10 left to play in the fourth period. Showing stunt the City High Little Hawks. There's the toss to Brookins. The man who stepped up in the hole was none other than Phil Kenyon. They ran right to the play and made the tackle back at the 43.
Right in there, and actually they had a defense from the start because everybody from the outside was caving down. He had nowhere to go on that play.
Brookins with a -6 on the play. It's going to bring up third down and about 14, and we don't want to see any of these encroachments here and make it third down and 4 like we saw last time. City High trying to, again, win the defensive struggle. They've kept Cedar Falls out of the end zone so far. And just with 3 field goals, it's 14-9. Now Cedar Falls has it. I set in the backfield as the quarterback Curran goes back to pass. Looks, fires it deep. He's got a receiver there, but the defender's right there too, and the ball falls incomplete. Skylar Ort was right there, but so were 3 defenders, including Brett Jen, as the Little Hawks knocked that one out of the air.
Yeah, I think actually on that play, they could have called offensive pass interference there.
Alberhaski was back there, so was Ben Evans. All of them probably got a hand on it at one time or another. And now the punter, Chad Heath, comes back out to kick this ball away. Well, 7-17. I'd like to see City High keep it about 7 minutes and 17 seconds here.
It's possible.
Man, I'll tell you, the way these two teams, the whole half's been played at this end. Here comes the snap to Heath. Heath will get the kick off. It's a pretty good kick. It's going to be fielded at the 15-yard line, and right then and there stopped immediately. 1st and 10 on the 15-yard line. Well, City High will have it right there. You know, a nice 85-yard drive, 12, 15 plays, taking 7 minutes and 9 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, I think the way the last couple possessions have gone, I think they feel fortunate to just get a couple first downs to move the ball out of this end.
You know, City High's only had 3 first downs in the second half, and those probably came on just one offensive possession. They haven't had the ball for long stretches of time. Now D.P. Iman is the quarterback. He comes out, brings the play in. Is he called, do you think, 2 or 3 plays at a time because they don't huddle? Yeah.
I would say no more than probably 2 if they do that.
And he's coming in shotgun formation again. The ball is on his own 15-yard line. It's a slow snap low. He manages to carry the ball, but again, he is going to only get a few yards and be dropped right there.
Well, he got a couple, and he probably shouldn't have got that because Tiger defensive man missed the tackle in the backfield.
That is Drew Rose, who finally does make the tackle. Ball to the 18. Clock continues to run with 6:47 left to play. Here in the quarterfinals, the winner gets to play in the Unidome on Friday, either at 4:30 or 7:30 in the semifinals of Class 4A. Previously undefeated Cedar Falls down 14-9. Iman passes near side. It's caught by Evans. Evans knew somebody was going to tackle him probably in midair, but he never took his eye off the ball.
Yeah, that right there is a big-time catch because he knew he was going to get hammered, and he did, and he's still down on the sidelines right now.
Ball will be at the 38-yard line. That'll be a 20-yard reception by Ben Evans, making a play for player of the game. He and Ryan Bohm having huge games here offensively for the Little Hawks, and Evans is still down there right in front of his bench. So he'll have to come out at least for one play.
Good shot to the midsection.
Boy, I'll tell you, you give yourself up. It's like a center fielder going after a ball and knowing you're going to hit the fence, but you just keep your eye on it. Ball at the 38-yard line, a 20-yard pass to Ben Evans from D.P. Iman. And the Little Hawks are on the move, folks, leading at 14-9. They trailed 3-0. It's the only time they trailed in the game. Cedar Falls with 3 field goals, impressive field goals as they were, but still, the Little Hawks with 2 touchdowns have managed to maintain a lead since the first period. Showing stud, here's the quarterback back to pass. Iman, boy, they come in and they get him. He does manage to get the ball up, and they're going to call it intentional grounding.
Intentional grounding.
Well, he was in the grasp of Regis Baskerville.
Well, I think he's doing the right thing here. He's going to talk to that official over there to see if there was a receiver in the area.
And the officials, one official is pointing, and now they are going to say that it is going to be intentional grounding. Well, a receiver in the area or not, they're not going to pick up the flag and wave it off.
Well, to be honest with you, I think Dorian Davis was right there, if I'm not mistaken.
I was watching down here. I didn't get to see the receivers, and now the officials saying that the ball is going to be marched off from the 28-yard line, which is where the intentional grounding was. I guess, boy, the other official came in to talk about it, and the guy, it's like he wouldn't listen. It's like he wouldn't listen to the guy. He was bound and determined to call that penalty.
Yeah, I think if we had the benefit of instant replay here, I think what you would have seen is Dorian Davis was right at the numbers on the field markings, and the ball was not probably 4 or 5 yards away from him.
Iman was grabbed around the ankles. He wasn't down. He was still on his feet when he let loose of the ball. Now we're going to come down to second down and a ton. Back to pass goes Iman. Looking, passing far near side, and it is knocked out of the air defensively. Once again, that is Josh Shane, who's played a good game for Cedar Falls, and it falls incomplete. Well, that whole call there on intentional grounding has changed the complexion of this ball game.
Absolutely. You got 5:58 remaining, and that throw right there was kind of dangerous. I mean, Dorian was open, but Shane from Cedar Falls dropped off his man to go take it. And he actually could have picked it off.
Yes, he could. In fact, he was a little upset. You see him pointing kind of to himself with his thumbs, and a little bit upset that he didn't. Now, Iman has to convert on third down, and they say 15, but it's actually third down and about 25 yards to go. Not quite 25 yards to go, as Iman needs a big play here. There's the snap. In shotgun formation, he looks and looks and looks, and he fires to the near side. It's a pass completed to Phil Kenny, but way, way, way short of a first down. And it's going to be the punting unit again. You better get off a boomer here.
Yeah, and that's one of those situations. Cedar Falls, knowing that they've got to pick up a big chunk of yards to get first down. Obviously, they had everything covered deep, and right choice by him to throw it short.
Well, let's see how far he can kick it. The flag, there is no wind at all, so he's not going to be aided or abetted by the wind at all. 5:27 left to play, fourth period. Looked like with City High getting that ball back. It was going to be a nice drive for him. Here's the ball taken at the 33, then returned to the 35. That's Curran. Another flag is thrown. 2 flags are thrown as Curran gets the ball to the 40-yard line. Well, let's see. It might have been a clip on the return. Who knows what it is, but it's going to be at the 40-yard line or further back.
Push in the back.
And it's going to be against Cedar Falls, you say?
It's going to be against Cedar Falls.
So the ball at the 40. 1 flag's at the 39, 1 flag's at the 36. Apparently it was Rakers that was the guilty party. It is going to be against the Tigers. Well, City High gets a break, but again, Brad, their defense has to come out and hold them.
Yeah, and 5:10 left. I mean, there's plenty of time for Cedar Falls to get something mounted here at the end of this ball game. City High's just got to buckle down. They got to play smart and just not give up anything ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, the ball is going to be placed back at the 26. It'll be 1st and 10 for Cedar Falls at the 26-yard line. The ball was at the 40. So the Tigers, the Little Hawks get a big break. There's the snap. The quarterback's going back to pass, rolling to the far side. Passes far side, and immediately falling down is the receiver. That's Drew Rose out of the backfield, and Drew Rose picks up yardage to the 32. It's only a 6-yard gain. City High may be playing a little soft. I'm not sure. It's 2nd down and 4. Clock continuing to roll. 4:50 left to go. Each team has 3 timeouts left, so that may prove to be a very important part of this game. Well, the City High defense trying to do it again. They've got to be one tired unit out there.
They've been on the field almost the whole second
Yes,
half.
they have. 2nd down, a short 4 yards to go. Kern on the delay, gets it off to Brookins. Brookins has the 1st down, and he is tripped up at the 40-yard line again by Dorian Davis, actually at the 41, but it's 1st and 10 for Cedar Falls. Well, the Tigers in the through 3 periods rushed the ball for 102. City High had 159 yards in rushing, or excuse me, the other way around. Cedar Falls had 159, City High 102. Brookins again over 100, 122 yards in rushing. One of the premier backs, and we've seen them all. We've seen them from Washington. We've seen them from Wahlert, City High, West High, everywhere. We have seen good running backs, and he is just about the best one of all of them. Twins to the bottom of the formation, 1st and 10, 4:11 left to play. Curran back to pass, fires it near side. It is incomplete, right through the hands of his receiver, Josh Webb. Certainly a catchable ball.
Yeah, certainly a catchable ball, and the Cedar Falls quarterback, Curran, did a nice job of waiting for that play to develop. It's still pretty good coverage.
Yes, it was. As back there to defend was Ryan Alberhaski, among others. Clock is stopped with 4:06 left to play. There has been no score in this second half. It was 14-9 at the end of the first half, 14-9 City High now. Cedar Falls looking at 2nd and 10. They've got to get some positive yardage here for their own benefit. Ben Curran and somebody jumped. I didn't think the ball was snapped, was it?
Yeah, they snapped it. I'm not exactly sure. I'm guessing Cedar Falls motion.
Well, let's see what the official said. Yep, they're going to move back 5 yards. That'll be to the 36-yard line. You know, things are starting to fall into place a little bit for City High here in this 4th period. It's hard to imagine with some of the things they've done with the offsides and things that things are falling in place, but they seem to. Ball at the 36, now it's 2nd down and 15, making it a little more difficult for Ben Curran, but with the passing attack they have, watch out for Skylar Orton Company or Josh Shane. Back to pass goes Curran, looking down the middle of the field, and it's over the head of his twin brother, Nate Curran, and now, Brad, you're looking at 3rd down and 15.
3rd down, that's 2 passes in a row now that the Cedar Falls kids, they've been open, and all they have to do is play pitch and catch. And City High, right now, don't fall asleep.
No, they've got to stop them. You can give them 14, don't give them 15, because this may be Cedar Falls' last gasp. There's only 3:55 left to go. KCJJ, Iowa City, your station, a berth in the semifinals on the line and within grasp of the Little Hawks of Cedar Falls against an undefeated and 3rd-ranked Cedar Falls team. 2nd-ranked if you look at one poll, 3rd if you look at another. Twins to the bottom of the formation, I set in the backfield. Back to pass goes Kern. Kern's pass is deflected by the Little Hawks and Josh Keppel, the one that comes up. He recovered a fumble earlier. He got the deflection that time.
Yeah, they're gonna set up to punt. If I was City High, I would be awfully
leery here.
I'd be awful leery here. I would think that a fake is a possibility.
Well, you've coached at Cedar Falls before. You know what's in Pat Mitchell's grab bag.
Yeah,
he's got a little bit of everything in there.
Well, he definitely has it.
Chad Heath is the punter, as the official now is going to call a timeout. Timeout on the field. We'll take a break. 14-9 City High on 1630 KCJJ.
Grant, Heating and Air Conditioning would like to announce a fine service to their customers. They now offer complete air duct plants, and Keats Material will bring them to life with bricks. Keats Material across from Hills Bank in Coralville. Locally owned 1630 KCJJ, Iowa City, Coralville, and Cedar Rapids.
Chad Heath to punt this ball away. Cedar Falls hoping to be able to stop City High and let their own defense get the ball back for them with 3 minutes, 51 seconds left to play. Heath will indeed punt the ball away. It will be a decent punt. It'll be taken at the 822-yard line, and I don't think they gave enough room there. The penalty flag is out. But then again, yeah, you're right. Rollo was saying that the young man McCracken may have blocked a Cedar Falls guy into the receiver.
Yeah, that right there is a tough call for the official. And I think had he been blocked, and I think they'd be discussing if that actually did happen.
Well, the flag's at the 22-yard line. Well, now Pat Mitchell's team must feel, and rightfully so, that they can stop City High because they've done it this whole quarter. And they get the ball back with 3:43. All City High needs really is a couple of first downs to keep the ball moving.
Couple first downs, yeah. Cedar Falls has only got 2 timeouts left. They're going to have to burn one during this offensive possession by City High, I would think.
Well, they're going to call the play. They're going to make them punt over? What's the deal here?
I don't understand this call whatsoever. I'm not sure I understand this one.
Dan Sabers jumping up and down, wondering what's going on here, folks. They're going to let Cedar Falls punt the ball over. Well, they're going to march off a penalty against Cedar Falls first.
Wait a minute.
They're going to call pass interference. Well, it couldn't be pass interference.
No, they just call interference on that, but that's the wrong call. That's got to be the wrong call.
You got to march it off from where City High got the ball, don't you?
Right.
At the 22, and march it. You don't let them punt it over. I don't understand. Back to the 21-yard line, because, yeah, City High is going to get a much better position.
I'm not.
Well, let's not complain. I guess City High is going to get better field position.
Yeah, absolutely. You almost wonder. You almost wonder if they talked to a player and he said, no, we'd make him punt again.
Okay, well, their punt is going to, let's see, they had it at the 22. Now they're going to get it, well, they're going to let it bounce, but no matter what, it's going to end up a lot better by about 10 or 11 yards. The ball's going to be at the 33, so, well, I guess it all worked out for the best.
That's kind of, I don't understand the call on that.
Either.
I've never seen that before.
Now, what happened is that the receiver for City High got run into. I think he might have been blocked into, and then so they called that. Apparently, it wasn't blocked into because they wouldn't have thrown the flag. But they're going to call that interference. It would have been a 10 or 15-yard penalty. I don't know. But anyway, City High has it at the 32 and still has to get a couple of first downs here. Here comes DP Iman. He's under center now. There's the snap. There's the toss. It goes to Kenny. Get the ball to the big guy. He's got the ball to the 40. He's inside the 40. Spins to the 42-yard line.
That's basically the first time that they've went to that toss play all night long, and you get 9-10. Maybe you should have run it a little earlier.
Yeah. Well, you give it to the what do they say? You got to dance with the whoever brung you or whatever. Well, Kenny's got him this far.
I didn't want to say fella, but
only Harold would think that way. Ball at the 41-yard line. It's a pickup of 9. That was I breathed a little better after a 9-yard gain.
Absolutely.
Ball at the 41-yard line, 2:44, and of course they're going to take as much time as they possibly can as they look over to the sidelines. Get a first down here, and Cedar Falls is going to be in real trouble. Here comes DP Iman up under center again. Here's the handoff to Kenny. He doesn't get the first down, but at least not a first effort. Second effort, he tries to dive forward, but nope, he's going to be short again. But that's okay. There's 2:22 and counting left to go in this fourth quarter. He actually loses half a yard to the 41, and then now it looks like Cedar Falls will use one of his timeouts, or was this an official's timeout?
I think
right at 2:40, but the officials, I think, thinks that's wrong. Now, okay, 2:24. Brad, you were right on again. I had no idea.
Yeah, it's a little Harold in my ear.
Yeah. There's a little Harold in all of us. Well, maybe this is where they go to Brent Jen. They haven't done that yet. Craig says, watch out. He has single coverage at the top of the formation. It's 3rd down 3. Pretty big play here, boy. DP Iman coming up under center, sends a man in motion. There's the toss. Kenny has it. Needs a blocker. Has the first down.
I would assume that's a first down.
Ball at the 43-yard line. He had to tap Dorian Davis on the shoulder and tell him, get up here and help. It's 1st and 10, City High, and a big play as the Tigers are down to 2 timeouts left and 2:17 left to go. They're going to measure, but I'm not sure why. It's a good yard or two. Maybe it's not a...
After the last couple calls, I'm not quite sure where the ball is.
Well, they're talking to Josh Shane, who's the defensive captain for Cedar Falls. Are they asking? Why would the official ask Cedar Falls if they want a measurement?
They have the right.
Yeah, but doesn't the come over and look at it and then ask him if he wants a measurement? I don't think the officials are supposed to do that. I don't know, but I don't think they are. Well, let's see what they're going to do. They're going to string it out, and it's going to be 1st down. It's going to be, it wasn't even close. Now they need a ball. Nobody has a ball. Somebody throw them a ball. There you go. I think we're going to finish the rest of this game. 43-yard line. 1st and 10, City High, as the Little Hawks try and get this game put out of reach. And now the chain gang isn't quite set yet, so we have to wait for them to get set before we can continue this game.
Well, I think basically what City High has to do right now is they have to protect the football. They can't put it on the ground. They got to make sure, because Cedar Falls is going to try to tackle the football now.
Yep, they're going to have to. Timeout call. More money for you and me.
Yep.
No gas, though.
King's Auto Repair features certified mechanics.
I don't know if it was gas.
How could it took you $30 to get to Cedar Falls?
From Cedar Falls.
Out of auto repair.
You're listening to City High Football on the mighty 1630 KCJJ.
DP Iman just trying to use some clock, dives forward and picks up some yards to the 46-yard line. Picked up 3 on that dive play. And Cedar Falls uses another timeout, so they're down to just 1 left. 4 defensive effort to stop this team that's so potent offensively from getting into the end zone.
Yeah, they've done a nice job here in the second half. And, honestly, City High their defense have been on the field a majority of this second half.
Well, player of the game will be named after the game. I know I have my personal favorite. Let Brad make that decision as the Allstate Insurance Company names player of the game. Now DP Iman on 2nd down and about 6.5, 7 yards to go. Since a man in motion, there's the toss, goes far side to Kenny. Kenny has some running room. He has the 1st down. Kenny is to the 45-yard line, and that might do it right then and there. Ball inside the 45 to the 43. And Brad, I think the Little Hawks are going to the Dome.
I think they're going to the Dome on Friday afternoon.
Friday at 4:30 or 7:30. We'll wait and see. We do think it's going to be 4:30, probably against Bettendorf. I'll tell you, that run by Kenny giving you your 16th first down of the ball game. Cedar Falls can't stop the clock. There's a minute 53. Now you just keep it between the lines, and you're doing fine.
Yeah, City High did a nice job tonight. They really didn't turn the ball over. They did a nice job. I mean, they had their struggles here in the 4th period.
Yeah, did they ever? This is like a nightmare up until this point. Iman will come up under center. He just really could take a knee 3 times if he wanted to. But they're going to run a play as Iman comes back up. We're going to have a penalty flag thrown. Too much time, which isn't that bad of a penalty at this point for the Little Hawks. 5-yard penalty brings the ball back then to the 48. Well, we'll be on hand in the semifinals from the Unidome. This could be the year of the Little Hawks, and we wouldn't have thought it when they had that 3-week stretch there with the West High and Cedar Rapids Prairie, and especially in Prairie. I mean, I don't think I've seen a team look that bad for 3 quarters, maybe ever.
We talked about it plenty. I mean, they came out and they were just lethargic.
Oh, man, they finally got going, and then, of course, whooped them last week. It is 1st and 15 as Iman goes right up the middle. He said, I like this carrying the ball thing. Ball to the 45-yard line for a gain of 3, and, of course, they'll just they have to snap the ball at least one more time, probably twice. It'll be 2nd down and about 13 yards to go. Well, in the semifinals, I haven't broadcast from the Unidome in quite some time. It's been a couple of years, so it'll be the first time for me for a while. So it'll be nice and comfortable, nice and cozy.
Always a nice place to broadcast from.
Now, right down the road, if that game's still going on when we leave here, I think we might pop in and see how that game's doing with Regina. Here come the Little Hawks with 51 seconds left to go, and the fans know what's going to happen now. Just don't pull off the New York Giants and let this ball go to the ground. Here comes Iman. He's going to go right up the middle again. He's going to surge forward. He's going to get inside the 45, and they're not even going to have to run another play, Brad. City High has beaten the previously undefeated Cedar Falls Tigers 14-9, keeping them out of the end zone and playing a wonderfully good defensive game.
Absolutely, did a great job defensively, and they had their struggles, like we said early in that fourth period. Cedar Falls got down there twice, and they were able to take care of business.